Welcome to the Women in Wealth podcast, brought to you by Regina McCann-Hess, a certified financial planner with over 2 decades of experience. This show is for professional women who want guidance in working towards their retirement vision in learning, building, planning, striving for your dreams, and putting the work in now so that you can pursue your financial independence. Hello, I'm Regina McCann-Hess, president of Forge Wealth Management, and welcome to our Women in Wealth series. Today, I have a new friend with me, and Tina, can you tell us who you are, what you do, and what you love about what you do?
Yes, I can. My name is Tina Phillips. I'm the co-owner of Famous Cookie Company. It's a family business with my husband. We're in the Reading Terminal Market in the center of the city in Philadelphia. We also have a bakery in the East Falls neighborhood. And I have to say that I do love cookies. We have some of the best cookies that you can find in Philadelphia, our chocolate chip and our oatmeal raisin. We have over 20 flavors, and our cookies are delicious.
Yes, they are. I can vouch for that. I have taste tested many of them. They are so good.
They really are good.
And then you also have brownies and some other things too, right?
Yes, online. We have chocolate covered pretzels. We have brownies. We also have brownies down at the Reading Terminal. We have black and white cookies. Those are like the deli style cookies that were made famous in New York, but we have our Philadelphia version here covered in chocolate and vanilla fudge. We do other dipped cookies too. We do a chocolate dipped cookie. We do a peanut butter dipped cookie. So, yes.
Wow. Thankfully, I
your
ate
cookie
today.
dipped in fudge. Let us know because we can do that for you.
Oh my goodness. Now I just ate lunch, but now I'm all like salivating again.
Yeah, if you're down at the Reading Terminal, you also have to try. We have a partnership with Bassett's Ice Cream, and two of our famous Hershey cookies with Bassett's Ice Cream is like your new decadence. It's really, really delicious. It's incredible.
That is a good partnership.
It's the best. It really is the best.
And I know I visited you at the Reading Terminal, and that's a lively place. Just being there every day has to be, incredible for people watching and just the different types of, activity level. It's very loud in there for sure. A lot of different types of people.
It is. It is so much fun at the Reading Terminal Market. It's been in operation since the late 1800s, like 1894. It was
Wow.
a train shed, but it's been an open air market for over 130 years. It's just incredible. There's over 75 merchants there.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that really makes it unique is everything delicious about Philadelphia. Philly is known as like a foodie city. And at the Reading Terminal Market, you can just try so many different types of food that Philly's famous for. And it is great for people watching. I don't know if you know this, but it just recently exceeded number of tourists even above the Liberty Bell.
Wow.
So it's the place to be in Philadelphia, really.
Wow. I believe it because it was jam-packed when I was there. I mean,
Yep.
elbow room. That was like walking through like that at one point.
Yeah, it is. It is wall-to-wall people, but it's so much fun. We have butchers, we have produce, we have sweets and treats, we have ethnic foods, cheesesteaks, the whole gamut.
Everything.
Yeah.
Now, how long has 4th Street Cookies been at the Reading Terminal?
We've been in the same spot since 1978.
Oh my goodness, a long time.
Very
That's
long.
incredible.
Yep.
So you guys are pretty much an anchor there.
We are. We like to think that we're the first store right there on Main Street. We're right inside the front door, and we are. We're one of the anchors. We're one of the heavy hitters there in the Reading Terminal, and we just feel very lucky and blessed to be a part of that community of great people, good merchants, people who really have a strong history and link to Philadelphia and just focus on providing the best foods and a great tourist experience for people who are coming to visit the city.
No, it's awesome. And it shows it shows very well. Like your store, the whole Reading terminal shows so very well for the visitors, I think. I was literally pumped when I left there. It was so exhilarating being around all those people and all that food and all the different places. I'm like, I need to come back down here and eat again because there's just too much to choose from.
Right. And like the Bassett's organization, they've been in that same location since 1894 in the
Wow.
same spot in the Reading Terminal Market. They're sixth generation. Also,
Wow.
Denix has been there since the 1950s. There's just like some really cool history that's happening right inside that building, and you can taste, old Philadelphia. It's just really amazing to be
It
there.
is.
And if
It is.
anything's happening in the city, it's happening there.
Well, for
I
sure.
was working the other day and Bryce Harper walked in with his kid to go get some, food at the butcher, and I was like, this is so cool, it's
Whoa.
cool, so fun to be here.
That's
Yeah,
impressive.
President
Very
Obama
cool.
stopped by, there's all kinds of people coming in to the Reading Terminal Market.
That's so cool. That's so
Yeah.
cool. Now so you have a store there, but your bakery is in East Falls. So tell us about the bakery too.
Our bakery is about a 3,500 square feet manufacturing facility. We're making about 150 pounds of cookies every 10 minutes. And it's just a cute little place that we're using every single inch of that location to pump out cookies. It's not only a manufacturing facility, but we also do online delivery. So you can go to famouscookies.com and we can ship your package anywhere across the country. We also co-pack there for not co-pack, but drop ship for Goldbelly, for DeBruno Brothers,
Oh,
for Amazon, for QVC. So we have a lot of outlets where people want our cookies packaged and shipped, like a gift that you can
yeah.
send to family members. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, I know you mentioned to me, but tell everybody like how they go out. Like I know you said the day they go out, they're made that day. So talk a little bit about that and how long they last and stuff like that.
So in our facility, we're very, very focused on freshness. We do not make anything until it's ordered. So when it's ordered, it's, made, baked, shipped, packaged, and sent out all in the same day. We don't have anything sitting around for very long. We get it out same day. And we want that because I think a lot of people are looking, to turn things over really quickly and maximize their profit. But for us, we want to be able to focus on quality, and not only that, but simply pure ingredients. We don't put anything in our cookies that, there's no chemicals, there's no byproducts, there's no nothing. What you use in your kitchen to bake cookies, that's what we have in our bakery. We use flour, butter, sugar, highest grade quality butter, flour, and sugar, double A shielded butter. King Arthur flour. We only use real vanilla extract. We don't use any kind of fake or anything imitation. But what you have in your house is what we have in our facility. It's the same thing. We're just doing it. Um, you know, it's funny. I was just looking at a cookbook from one of the first cookbooks that came out in the late 1700s, and they had a recipe in there for a ginger, what they were calling a ginger cake,
Mm.
but it's really a recipe for a ginger cookie. And it was the same ingredients that we use in our ginger cookie.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
these are traditional cookies that we're selling. These are traditional cookies that we're sending out. It's a taste of history. It's what you grew up with. There's no additives. There's no anything super duper sweet. It's just these are just delicious, traditionally made cookies that have the freshest and best ingredients we can find.
Yeah, no, for sure they are too. They are good. Um, They, we were all like fighting over them. So good. Do us a favor, mention the website again if people want to learn more about the cookies and all.
Oh, sure. It's famouscookies.com.
Great website name. Great
Yep.
website name. So, one of my questions is, what have been some of the challenges as a professional woman that you've encountered?
Oh, I don't know where to start with that question. I would say just a general quick list was there's a huge learning curve when you're scaling up manufacturing food that it can be challenging. You are beholden to federal regulations that are, it's understandable because you're feeding the public, but it's also how do you scale up your business and still comply with all of the regulations and training your staff, so I would say, in addition, I think it has been true for many companies since the pandemic, just staffing in general has
Mhm.
really, really been challenging to keep qualified people from jumping ship and moving around with different opportunities. It's been very challenging. Um, I think the ever-changing landscape of technology is also been quite challenging. Keeping up with AI
Mm.
and having all of your processes and your um, technology talk to each other so that you can get accurate data is a constant challenge for us. But it's something that we focus on so that we can have real-time data. Um, Geez,
It's a
I don't
challenge
know
for
how much time
everybody.
we have because I could keep going on.
No, the technology challenge is real for like
Yep,
every industry. And the AI thing is changing a lot and so rapidly. I feel like
yep,
if I blink, I'm going to miss something and then I'm never going to catch back up. So
right,
completely hear you on the technology and especially the AI is being a challenge for sure.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Wow. That's great. And then one of the other questions I'd love to ask is now let's just, kind of go in the time machine, but what do you see as your vision of retirement?
Oh, retirement. Well, I'm going to be kind of on a 10-year plan from now. And we do have a daughter and she is interested in the business. So we're going to kind of see how that goes. She's in high school, so I think we'll probably need a little bit more than 10 years for her to see if she's interested and take over. But I think that if that wasn't an actual doesn't come to fruition, we would get ready to sell.
Hmm.
So, I think retirement, I don't think my husband will ever fully retire, and I'm a little bit younger than him, but, um, I think that we would like to continue the business. To be honest with you, we're so lucky because cookies are fun. We have a Philadelphia iconic brand here, and we do get invitations to very, very fun events and things. So, I think we'll be at least involved in portions of the business for quite quite a few more years to come.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's hard. It's your baby, right? It's going to be hard at any point to walk away, to make changes, to even for your daughter to take over. It's your baby, and is anyone else going to take care of your baby as well as you have?
Right. We also have other family members involved. My niece is our marketing director. My sister-in-law works on the retail level, and so there's definitely a family um, vibe. Both my nephews work in retail for us. So we do have a family vibe here. And I have to say, I know a lot of people complain about maybe working with a family member, but I really feel lucky and blessed that My family is interested in this. They want to move the concept forward. They're excited about the opportunity. It is fun. So I do think it will remain a family business as we move on here.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome. And it's great for legacy too, right? And
right,
to continue that tradition. And Philly is certainly a city of tradition for sure.
right. I also think that one of the things that we're focused on is we currently own the building that we are manufacturing our facility, our manufacturing facility. We own that building and we're about to expand into a much larger facility. And we're also going to own that. And I think as part of future planning, even into retirement, to control that cost through ownership is kind of transformative for a small business like ours.
Oh, yeah.
Um, you're so beholden to others, individuals with skyrocketing prices. So the ability to own that property is has been, again, a blessing and a great opportunity for us.
Yeah, and it also goes into great planning too and great strategy, which is something that you've worked really hard to build. And I mean, this didn't happen overnight. You guys have built this over many, many years. And
Correct.
people will look at you and say, wow, look how successful they are. And, be jealous, of course, because who wouldn't be jealous, right? But when you step back and look at all the hard work and the grit that you put into this, it hasn't been easy every day of the week.
No, it was a huge learning curve, I have to say. It just, again, as you grow and get bigger and bigger, there's so much to consider. Again, technology, whether it's on the manufacturing level where you're needing different machinery to expand your processes or, business application integrations. It's very time consuming and a
Yeah.
learning curve. It
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah, and being a business owner by itself is hard because it's very lonely. Like, you talk to people and they're family or friends, but they're not business owners, and there's another layer of hardship being the business owner because you're laying awake at night worrying about are people going to come back to work after COVID? Are we going to get good quality people? Is our product still good and wanted? Things like that.
Right. There is a lot to consider when you own your own business. You're absolutely correct, but it also gives you the freedom to, drive as hard as you want to or put the brakes on. And also I try to remind my staff when things get a little bit too heated or too serious, like I try to remind them like, look, we're just making cookies here. We're just making cookies. We're making Philly's best cookies. Let's regroup for a minute.
That's
So
yeah,
yeah,
that's great. That's great. I love that. I love that you can like take, you're up here on the serious level and then you can take it down a notch by like, hey, we're just making cookies. We're warming people's plates up here with cookies.
right. Let's
That's
not take
awesome.
ourselves too seriously. Let's just make really good cookies and let's not worry about, too much. Make really
Yeah.
good cookies. That's it.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. And I love the tour that you gave me in Reading Terminal, and your cookies are amazing. So thank you for all that you do to keep the Philadelphia tradition going.
Well, thank you. It was very nice being with you today, and I hope you guys all check us out.
You should. So good. And thanks everybody for joining us. Again, I'm Regina McCann-Hess, president of Forge Wealth Management. My website is forgewealth.com. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Forge Wealth, and on LinkedIn, Regina McCann-Hess. Go make it a great day. Thank you for joining me for this episode of the Women in Wealth podcast. You can watch the founder's video I created for you to learn more about me and how I can guide you towards your financial independence at www.forgewealth.com. The information in this podcast is educational and general in nature and does not take into consideration the listener's personal circumstances. Therefore, it is not intended to be a substitute for specific, individualized financial, legal, or tax advice. To determine which strategies or investments may be suitable for you, consult the appropriate qualified professional prior to making a final decision. Securities are offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, and SIPC. Investment advice offered through Private Advisor Group, a registered investment advisor. Private Advisor Group and Forge Wealth Management are separate entities from the LPL Financial. Our show guests and their companies are not affiliated with nor endorsed by LPL Financial, Private Advisor Group, or Forge Wealth Management.